All right. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Good morning. Where are we? Let me see. Caught buys pre-London. Nice. Let me just put this background music on. Good morning, guys. Good morning. Good morning. Happy Monday, everyone. Happy Monday. Happy March. Wow. Nice. Past 5 combines at the open. Amazing, man. Amazing. Amazing. Gold with the big moves here pre-London, guys. Jules, no, I would not short gold. Don't even consider gold shorts. Look how, regardless of what is gold bullish or bearish right now. Gold's been bullish since where are we? Sorry, let me get rid of these. Gold's been bullish since back in the 18th of February. You're up 5,600 ticks. So would I short gold? Absolutely not. Regardless of what the 5 minute says, the 5 minutes completely irrelevant. Don't even consider shorts. Absolutely not. Audio and video good, awesome. Thank you, man. Welcome back, everyone. If any of you guys are new here, welcome. My name is Aaron, also known as Aaron Trades. I've been trading for the past 8 years and mainly focus on gold futures here in the European session. So obviously we've had a lot of news over the weekend, guys. A lot of news. Gold going higher. Silver also going higher. I'm sure you guys have seen what happened over the weekend. But to be honest, with that being said, you know, gold was positioned for longs anyway. Gold was already positioned for longs. Gold's been positioned for longs since back in the 18th of February. Same as oil. Oil was also positioned for longs back on Thursday. So the technical setups were already in place for a lot of these markets. It just so happens that it comes out over the weekend. But oil longs were already looking extremely likely. Look at this huge downside liquidity, guys. You've been breaking out on oil since the 8th of Jan. So oil was already looking good for longs. Was gold already looking good for longs? Yes, we've been talking about gold long since back down here. We've been buying gold. We've been buying gold since you held daily lows and broke back higher. We've been talking about these gold longs for quite some time. So is it surprising to see gold, silver, oil going higher? Not at all. Not at all. Regardless of what happened over the weekend, it is not surprising at all. It shouldn't be of surprise to anyone. These markets are moving very, 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 very big. But no, I would, downside on gold, don't even think about it. Especially 5 minute, don't even. You guys, if you're not, already making consistent payouts, trading 30-minute hourly, honestly, don't even look at the 5 minute. Don't even look at it. Now, there was some very, 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 very nice technical setups here this morning to buy gold. Yeah, so yeah, you guys on YouTube, we had the Asia live stream today. And Sean called some amazing silver longs. Look at this, great silver longs here. Where below, nice liquidity though. Came down, tagged lows, broke back above. So amazing silver longs in Asia. And for gold, this was a picture perfect. You guys who were trading pre-London, this was an absolutely perfect gold buy here pre-London. 5:30 London time, right at VWAP, with liquidity highs above 450 ticks. Now, anyone who is trading Asia or trading pre-London, trading our plan should all be massively up. Like, this was a perfect trade. When I woke up this morning and seen this, I was like, damn, that was an absolutely perfect trade. You took that, nice, Mikey, nice. Anyone else take that? That was it literally just couldn't be more perfect. Came down, tagged the weekly opening price, broke back above VWAP, left some nice liquidity highs above. This is the level where people try and call tops, try and short here, risk off the highs. What are we trying to do? We're trying to buy gold. Why? Because gold's overall bullish, technically and fundamentally. So buying gold that was a perfect trade. Perfect trade. Was in from 64 to 91. Now that sounds like a good entry, man. 64 to 91. Yeah, nice. 200 ticks. Fantastic, man. Fantastic. I know, Jose, yeah. Sleeping on these profits. I know, man. I know. That was just such a nice trade. It was such a nice trade. And to be honest, I would have been holding this all the way up into these previous highs. There would be an extremely unlikelihood that you would do this. If you're going to do that, then what do we know gold's going to do? It's going to liquidate the high. So personally, if you bought this morning star, I would want to be holding this all the way up into them liquidity highs. Given how bullish gold is, like I say, technically and fundamentally, gapped up, tagged the weekly low, opened so far, broke back high. Like, man, that was just an absolutely perfect trade. Perfect trade. Yeah, I mean, and that's the thing, you know, you see, this is why I think a lot of people, you know, I saw a lot of people saying they were staying up early to trade, you know, the market right at the open, but it's like, you're not just going to gap up and just keep ripping, you know, you're going to gap up, you're going to push up, and then you're going to pull back, and, you know, if you tried to chase here, you know, you got stuck in a 950 tick pullback, which is huge. Or you can say to yourself, you know what, a lot of news has happened over the weekend, let me just let the markets digest the news for the first 1 to 2 hours. Okay, cool. You gap up, you pull back, you break back. Ah, cool. Now it starts to get interesting. Here, you could have even started buying from here, taking that move up. More buys here, as opposed to everyone right the open. Right, let's jump in shorts. Let's jump in longs and just get absolutely ruined before the day's even started. The markets are already ahead of us. If you think we're just going to gap up and keep ripping, the markets are way ahead of that. Hey Aaron, hey man, did you take the 50-minute Morningstar pattern at 63.5? I don't trade the... Oh, if it was this one, yeah, it's probably the same on the 15. Yeah, this one was perfect, man. No, I wasn't up for this one. I took gold buys here just before. I wasn't up for this one, but no, this was perfect on the 30-minute. I don't use the 15-minute for morning and evening star patterns. It's just too unreliable. But this 30-minute morning star, pretty much same thing. Yeah, it was absolutely perfect. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. You don't see my gold chart? Yeah, you do. You guys can see it. You guys can see this my chart, right? That's I've just been... You definitely can. I've just been talking for like 10 minutes. You definitely can, yeah. I can see. You guys can see it. It must be on a different... it must be clicking on a different screen, man. You can definitely see it. Hey, Aaron, took that trade in Asia by waiting for a break of the previous hourly low, then took the drive up into the hourly flip. Amazing. That's a perfect reasoning for a trade right there. Pass and eval, all from tuning in and learning here. Absolutely amazing. That's what we like to hear. Yeah, look at this. This was even this on the hourly. Man, look at this. Tag the lows, close bullish. You either buy from here, or you can even buy this flip. You can buy from here, or you can buy from here. Either way, you're taking minimum 300 ticks. 1 micro, $300. 2 micro, $600. Like, that is, even on the hourly. You have a nice hourly fake out, you break out, you reject, you tag the lows, you hold VWAP, you start breaking higher. Where? After hitting previous hourly lows. Like that, like look at that. That is, if you ever wanted a picture perfect textbook setup, that is it right there. So as you're tagging these hourly lows, when gold's bullish, this is where you can start dropping down to your low time frame. Like, okay, cool. What's going on below these hourly lows? Oh, well, okay, we just had a 30-minute tagging lows on spot. Fantastic. There's my job done. Like, it's just perfect. Absolutely perfect. So if you wanted a picture perfect example of what a good trade looks like, it's that right there. Not just because it's a morning star. Because it's a morning star when you have clear liquidity targets and gold's overall bullish. So it's not a perfect setup because it's a morning star. It's a perfect setup because gold's overall bullish, technically and fundamentally. You have clear high of day targets. You broke back above VWAP, retested it, and then you push. You also had hourly fake outs as well. You also came down and also tagged the open low. So there's your liquidity grab to the downside. There's your break back above. There's your trade. Like, it's just absolutely beautiful. I'm going to have to start staying up for these moves or getting up extra early. What time is this? 5:30, 6:30 my time. I could have got up for that. I could have got up for that. Yep. Yeah, nice, Mike. Absolutely done for the day, man. Yes, nice, Robin. Nice. Took the hourly. Amazing, man. Amazing. Yeah, if you took this hourly, even like here, it was perfect. Tagged the lows, broke back above. Boom. Absolutely perfect. The reason I'm talking about this now, guys, if you're wondering, like, oh, okay, what about for today? Well, we just have to wait and see. Gold's had a great push higher with a very, very, very clean technical entry from here. So what do we do up here? Well, let's wait and see. Right now, it's nothing. That's why I'm just breaking down these moves for you guys. With gold up this high, what do we do for London? Just sit on our hands. Should we all go short ES and NQ? Let's have a look. Let's have a look. What did you do here? So you kind of had a bit of a gap down, got bought back up, retested a nice breakout level, and had a pretty decent sell-off. Should we all go short ES and NQ? I think it's a bit too late, to be honest. Unfortunately, we've already had some very, 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 very nice pushes here. Let's get rid of these. Let's get rid of these levels from last week. We're gonna have to bring these down a little bit. What do we have here? We got 24,250 as our next support level below that. So you do have, thing is, on NQ, look at this, you have a nice trend line coming up. So what does that trend line typically bring in? It brings in a lot of early buys where they risk off the previous touches. So could you still see NQ squeeze lower? Yes, I would say so. NQ to squeeze back down into 24,500 and down into the lows of the 17th of February around 24,450 actually looks pretty good. Where would you want to get short on NQ? Well, you've already just had a pretty decent sell-off here. There's a very, very decent sell-off from Asia all the way into London. So I would be looking for, very simply, NQ to pull back to keep selling. Keep selling into these 24,500 and this nice liquidity low down here as well. Have you ever had a day that you felt like you couldn't miss with your trading? What profit targets did you have? What profit target did you have to have yourself to stop trading? Not really. I've never had like a... I mean, I've had good days where I've just been reading the markets perfectly and been taking great trades, but it's never been like, I'll just sit there and trade because I've had such good opportunities. I'll still take like, maybe 2 to 3 good trades a day and be done. I've also had like, weeks where I've been like, oh yeah, the markets are just moving so well right now and I'll optimize them weeks. But in terms of like, I've never really had such where I sit down like, yeah, trade after trade after trade after trade. If I ever have a winning streak in trading, it's usually over like a period of like a couple of days. Never within like a single sitting. Nice. Great opportunities in NQ and YM. Nice. Took shorts on YM from... Nice. Shorts on the Dow. Smart as well. Oh, well, wow. Look at that. Yeah, beautiful. You got short from 515. Wow, nice. 515. Around here-ish. Yeah, look at that. Beautiful. Great shorts. Down into these lows. 125 points. Amazing. 125 points on a Monday morning is fantastic. There's a great short. So you'll be buying gold this morning, selling gold. I said this morning when my Siri came on. Didn't quite say that. You'll be buying gold, buying silver, buying oil, selling NQ, Dow, ES. Like these are great moves. But again, if you're not already in these markets, you're not already short NQ or you haven't already bought gold, don't start trading this high. Don't start shorting this low. Because you have to think logically, not from an emotional perspective. If I was looking to sell NQ, great. It would have been nice to short up here. Well, if I'm going to short now, where am I going to short? Well, exactly the same thing that we just looked at here. It'd be shorting on a pullback into, let's say, 24,650 minimum. So, think logically, not from an emotional perspective. Gold's moving higher, NQ's moving lower. If you want to chase these markets, if you want to trade these markets, don't chase these markets. Same thing when gold's pushing up. It pushes up, it pulls back for an hour and a half, and then it continues after 2 hours. Same thing. You sell off, you pull back, and then you get your short. Yeah, it's pretty crazy, man. Yeah, it's pretty crazy, man. Pretty crazy. Do you see any bottom and support for Nasdaq, or just fall under 24,000? I mean, we'll have to see. I mean, there's not really what I think in terms of where's the support. There's support here. The next level of support would be down here. The next level of support below that would be previous levels down here. So yeah, I mean, there's loads of support levels for Nasdaq. Loads of support levels. Huge support levels. Massive support levels. But again, you have to see how the New York market's going to open. See what it continues with this war news. Whether it's as catastrophic as people think, I'm not too sure. I'm not convinced. In terms of what do we have for news today and this week, let's have a quick look here. Let's have a quick look. See what we got on the schedule. Oh, look at this already. So when was this? This was 10 hours ago. Trump on Iran. The entire military command is gone. Many want to surrender. Now, what do we have today? Today, obviously, it is a brand new month here as well, guys. Brand new month. We're in to March already, which is crazy. 3 p.m. London time. Manufacturing PMI. What do we have? Tuesday, nothing on the calendar. Wednesday, we got ADP non-farm employment changes. We got NFP on Friday as well, given that it does actually go ahead. And then Thursday, we have unemployment claims. So it is a big NFP day this week on Friday. Like I say, given that it actually happens and it actually goes ahead. And make a t-shirt if you want to. Yeah, if you want to trade these markets, don't chase these markets. Exactly. If you want to trade these markets, don't chase the markets. Wait for logical levels. And I know you might, if you've just jumped on, yes, it's normal to feel an emotional response if you've come on and you've seen this. Is it normal to feel an emotional response if you've just jumped on and the markets have already done this? Yes. Let's have a quick look at NQ here. Is it normal to jump on and have an emotional response to seeing the markets move down this much already without you? Yes. Okay, cool. Well, in trading, the most important part is having recognition of these emotional responses. So if you maybe you have a little bit of FOMO right now, that's okay. That's completely normal. Gold's already had a great move. NQ's already had a great move. Silver has already had a great move. But the biggest thing that you can have, like I say, is recognition to your emotions as opposed to trying to fight and get frustrated with your emotions. If you have a bit of FOMO right now, that's fine. Accept it. Wait, it's Monday morning on the first trading day of March. You have plenty of time to trade. But don't react off them emotions. Yeah, exactly, Jose. Exactly. Get some coffee and wait and chill. These markets go nowhere. Let's see here, David. How do you deal with the feeling of loss for not having entered with a larger position, for not having to let the trade run a little longer? In my case, I made a good trade in Asia, but I thought, I shouldn't have. I thought I shouldn't have entered 2 micros or more. I could have made more. I mean, it's consistency. There shouldn't be any thought process in your trading. It shouldn't be a thought, I might do 1 micro, I might do 2 micros. There's no, I might do this or I might do that. You have to be consistent with your sizing. Unless you have a huge stop, then yeah, you might want to reduce your risk. But if you just randomly choose what random size to use on what random trades, then you're never going to be consistent. There's no randomness or thought process, man. Same with not letting trades run long enough. There's a reason why you didn't let your trade run, and you have to figure out why. Did you have clear targets? Yes. Did you hold into targets? No. Okay, cool. Then if that's something I keep doing more often than not, that's something I need to fix. But again, it depends if you're doing it more times than not. Man. It's not about You know, it's not about being perfect once and holding targets once. It's about what do we do over a longer period of time. Like that's the most important part. A single trade doesn't mean anything. What's more important is if we're making that mistake time and time and time again, then we have to fix it. So it depends if you're doing that more times than not, man, or is it just a one-off? Explain my model. Yeah, I mean, this is my entry model, but I did also post a YouTube video yesterday breaking down the trade from last week that we took on stream together. So if you haven't watched it, I would highly recommend just go and check it out. It's a live example of a trade that we took here together last Monday, breaking down my exact entry model using a 5-minute to scalp gold. Thanks. Of course, man, of course. My current struggle is the amount of times I get break-even trades. It's a good problem to have, but today I took an entry on gold. And no percent break took me out. It's definitely not a good problem to have, man. It's a very bad problem to have. We convince ourselves that having a break-even is good because we managed our risk and protect our capital, but that's actually not a good thing. I wouldn't see loads of break-evens as a good thing. I would see that as a really bad thing, depending on the outcome after the break-even. Like a lot of people would take a break even and go, oh, fuck, at least I took a break even, that's all right. Well, not really. If you take break evens 100 times, well, more than 50% of them trades end up hitting full TPs, then that's definitely not a good thing. So again, you have to understand like why you're going to break even. You're going to break even because you're scared to lose money. Okay, cool. Then you're trading too big a size because you're too emotionally attached to the money. Or you're going to break even because you think it was time, and then that could be a mistake. But no, break even is definitely not a good thing. Again, like I say, depending on the outcome. So if if you're journaling your trades, you have to write down what happened after break even. If most of the time you hit break even and it ran to TP, then stop going to break even. I wouldn't even go to break even. Yeah, I seen that, Sean, which is that's why it was amazing that you held that trade, man, because there was no reason to have closed that trade. This is a great example of why going to break even is much more strategical than people think. Going to break even isn't just because you decide that you don't want to lose any money. When you go to break even, you're basically saying to yourself, okay, cool, from this level, longs are no longer valid. Well, to me, that's completely false. Longs are completely valid from here. So if you bought here and you move your stop to break even and got your break even, why? Why would you go to break even? That's a great buy level, isn't it? Shouldn't you be taking more buys from there as opposed to saying longs are wrong? So you have to understand that break even comes from a perspective of, for instance here, when price breaks all this resistance, they'll go, okay, cool. We've broken this resistance. There should be now no reason for price to come back down to this zone. Therefore, break even there is very logical. Very, very, very logical. But let's say if I bought this breakout here, could I go to break even here? No. Why? Because price could easily come back down, retest that level before going higher, and I would say my longs are invalid, but not at all. And and that's why, again, Sean, you holding that trade is a very, 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 very good thing, because there was absolutely no reason for you to close longs here. There's no reason for you to close longs here. So that was a great hold, man. But again, like I say, going to break even is a very strategical thing. It's not something like I hit $100, cool, I'm going to go to break even, or I hit 50 ticks, I'm going to go to break even, or I hit a 1-to-1 risk to reward, then I'm going to go to break even. That's not how trading works. I see a lot of people trying to do that, like, okay, cool, this is my new rule. When I hit 1-to-1, I'm going to put my stop to break even. When I hit 1-to-2, I'm going to take profit off the table. It makes absolutely zero sense. The markets couldn't care less about your risk to reward. Markets couldn't care less about the risk to reward tool that we draw on here. It makes absolutely no sense. I think for newer traders, trying to manage risk and going to break even is worse than taking a full stop. I would rather take a full stop loss than watch my trade hit break even and do what I want. Because to me, that's an absolute tilt trigger. That's what we're trying to understand. Things that send us on tilt so we can learn from them and do them less. Well, if I take a break even and it goes to what I want, like here, for example, that would massively be a tilt trigger for me. And there'd be absolutely no logic behind that, other than I just don't want to see my trade being green to potentially red. Well, that's trading, unfortunately. Yeah, nice. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's the thing. Experience of hitting the break evens is how we learn. Exactly, man. Exactly. Is there a maximum trade? 150 on XFAO is the minimum. You need to have at least 5 green $150 days, man, to get the payout. At least 5 green $150 days. So yeah, that silver example is a fantastic example right there as to why you shouldn't just move to break even because you don't want to lose anymore. Like I say, break even is very strategical, but for you guys who are still trying to get consistent, I wouldn't even look to manage risk like that. You know, or if you do take a break even, remember, don't just write in your journal, break even, because that means absolutely nothing. What's more important is what happened after that break even. And if you don't know that data, then that's very, 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 very valuable information that you're missing. Very, very valuable information. You could be leaving a lot of money on the table by going to break evens. However, that being said, if most of the time, you know, you look back at 100, 200 plus trades and, okay, cool, every time it takes, most of the time when it hits me at break even, it ends up being stop loss. Fantastic management. Great, good job. But if not, going to break even can be a very bad thing. Drink my coffee, mister. Yeah, it was a great move, man. It was a great move. It was a very, very, very nice move. Yep, that's amazing, Sean. Yeah, color code my journal so I know how many trades each month that took a break even and hit TP. Yeah, amazing, man. Amazing, man. Amazing. Can you explain how to manage FOMO? I need that advice. Yeah, I mean, FOMO is honestly one of the, especially for day traders, FOMO is probably one of the easiest trading psychology emotions to get rid of. For me, I get zero FOMO in markets. Why? Because I've seen my plan come up multiple times a day, multiple times a week for the past 8+ years. For instance, if I don't get this move up here on gold, for whatever reason, I didn't get this push, I can almost guarantee you I'll come back in New York session, if not tomorrow, and I'll get the exact same setup. So therefore, when I know my plan comes up so often, well, there's no reason to get FOMO because this doesn't happen once a month. You know, if this happened once a month or once every other week, yeah, I would get FOMO because like, damn, that's my one trade that comes up once a month. But when your trade comes up multiple times a day, multiple times a week, multiple times a month, who cares if you don't get this move? This isn't going to be the only move in the markets for the week or the day. We're still, you know, gold's going to have a push. It's going to range, grab some lows, and then I can get back into my next trade, the next leg up. Same as if you didn't, you know, maybe get the longs here in Asia. Maybe you didn't get this move up. Oh, cool. Here was more entries. There's for swing trading, it was different because if I was swing trading gold, I would get FOMO more because if I miss this move, it's like, oh, you've missed the move for like the next week or so. But for day trading, it's like, you know, our plan comes up so often that there's absolutely no reason to get FOMO. Or if you do get FOMO, again, maybe you haven't put enough time into your plan to have the conviction to know that how often your plan actually comes up. So a lot of these trading emotions can get removed with data. But if you don't have the data, then no wonder you're second guessing yourself all the time. No wonder you're always having these emotions. When would you gauge your target profit? That's in the video that I posted in the YouTube chat before. Let me just share it. Let me just share it here again if I still have it. Yeah, I still have it there. My profit targets are based off these liquidity levels. So for you guys who were here on Friday, where were we Friday? Where was Friday? The 27th, I believe. Friday 27th. You guys who were here on Friday, I actually posted this on X because we called it absolutely perfectly. Let me see if I can get this up here, guys. Let's have a look. So let me just have a quick look at this. So you guys who are here on Friday, look at this. Oh, look at that. You can work out what pixel I am. You might be able to see it. Let me see if I can make this a little bit better. Yeah, you can't even see what... You can't even... I don't know why it's so blurry, but if you go back and watch Friday's stream, I called... Look, you can see the liquidity levels here and here. These longs on gold. We called these longs on gold into these liquidity levels, and that's where my targets are. My targets are trading into these liquidity levels. So go back and watch our Friday stream, because this is what I was talking about on gold. I was saying for... You can't even really see it. Man, look at this. I was saying for price to come down and manipulate the trend line before going higher. Well, it's exactly what we did. So look at that. Ended up being absolutely perfect. So I'll say to you guys, you know, keep these levels on your charts. They might not happen in London, but they happen throughout the whole entire day. And that's what the whole purpose of this is. So highly, highly, highly recommend you guys go back and watch Friday's stream. Or if not, you know, like I say, I have plenty of trade breakdowns of my channel. But the targets are always based off the liquidity levels. Example, if you were buying gold here pre-London today off this morning star play, where's your targets? This high here, because that's the next liquidity level. But the reason I'm not jumping in trades every 2 seconds right now, I have no liquidity targets, therefore I need to sit on my hands. And like I said, that video I posted was a trade that we took together last Monday as well. Yep. Yeah, and that's the thing, you know, like I say, it's easy to eliminate FOMO, but does that mean I don't get FOMO? No, I still get a bit of FOMO, but I just learn to not react off it. Why? Because I know that my move is always right around the corner. So when I say, you know, I eliminate FOMO, it's like I could jump on and see it, like, oh, you know what, that's a little bit annoying. I would have loved to have been in this move. So do I have a little bit of FOMO right now? Yes, but what I mean that's easy to get rid of it, it's easy to not react off it. Because I know my trade's right around the corner. So yes, I still get FOMO and I still get, you know, the desire to want to go against my plan and make some sort of emotional mistake. You still get that urge, but you learn to control it better by understanding how often your plan does actually come up. So that's what I mean. You know, I'm not some sort of emotionless robot who doesn't get trading emotions. I just learned to react to my emotions very differently to when I first started. That's the only difference. I don't get any less. I do get less emotional urges, but I still get emotional urges. I just learned to deal with them very differently. And that's why I always say to you guys, which is something that I'm trying to build, is like have a paper journal where you can actually put pen to paper to write down your emotions. Write down your tilt triggers. Write down how you felt going into the session. And I don't mean just type it out on a computer. I mean get a pen, get a journal, and actually write it down. And learn to have more recognition of the things that trigger certain emotions so you can learn to do something different. Yeah, me too, Josie. Definitely, man. Definitely. Yeah, exactly. And what helped eliminate a lot of emotions for me is being the one who would see this move up, try and chase from here, get stopped out before price ends up coming back down and doing exactly what I want later on, and gives me a perfect setup later on. And that's what removed a lot of the FOMO for me as well, man, is, you know, I would chase, I would get stopped out, and then I would see the perfect opportunity, but I couldn't execute it because I was too caught up on the trade that I took up here, which is really what I knew I shouldn't have been in. So again, it's a time in the markets thing. Going down a whole psychology masterclass here on a Monday morning. Yeah, exactly. That's it, man. That's it. It's always, you look back at trades, you go, damn, if I just eliminated these poor emotional decision trades, I could have been massively green for the week or month. Yeah, we can look at the Dow. The Dow is... Well, let's have a look at Bitcoin as well, because Bitcoin, it was a good indication of what would happen over the weekend. What we're here for, yeah. I mean, for a London session, we're here for trades, are we, man? Absolutely, man, absolutely. The Dow, let's have a look. Let me just get rid of all this on the Dow. Psychology sesh, absolutely, man, absolutely. Hardest part in trading. Are you self-taught? Did you learn from a mentor? I didn't really have a mentor, but I did learn from a lot of different people to build my own plan. I did so many different courses in the day. Some good, some didn't work for me. Yeah, I've been through a lot of different courses and groups, etc. But finding my own plan and taking little bits from each one is probably what helped me the most. But did I have a mentor that like you guys have where you can tune in live every single day to watch them trade and talk about psychology, talk about these levels? Unfortunately not. I absolutely wish I did. So the Dow's obviously having a great sell-off here. You do have support at 48,000 around here. This is a pretty decent level of support. So I would be interested to see what the Dow does down here. You know, if you're already short the Dow, fantastic. You know, you got short the support. You support, you broke it, resistance, squeezing lower. So it's a tough one for London because you don't really want to try and catch the lows in this market. You also don't want to try and sell at this low. So it's one of the markets where you kind of have to let it pull back and then look to continue shorting. But for me, I would be watching. Let's put it on here. I don't trade the Dow ever. For 48,000, that would be a level that I would be interested to watch. If you pull back, great. I would like to short into it. If you don't and you just keep squeezing down, I would see if you find some support from down there. So it's a tough area to want to trade in here. Why? Because you could also probably just range for quite some time, especially for London. You know, Asia sold off, London continued selling off. I would see how you react around these lows. Pull back, ideally, and I would look to continue selling. Gold still squeezing higher, guys. Not really, actually, nah, not really too much, man. Not really. Not really, man. I mean, gaps are important to like look at to know where they are. But no, I don't. I wouldn't not buy this because the gap maybe hasn't been filled, for example. So, not really too much, man. Not really. Not for gold, anyway. Not for Goldie. Thanks, yeah, of course, man. Of course. Took the hourly fake out but got stopped at break even. Was that a valid trade in your opinion? Which one did you take, man? There was two hourly fake outs. There were two hourly fake outs here today. There was a hourly fake out here, broke below but right back above. There was also a nice hourly fake out here as well. If you took which one did you take? Did you take this one maybe? This one? Maybe take this one. Probably the most obvious fake out one, I guess. Do you take this fake out maybe, man? Everyone's feeling FOMO right now. Yeah, definitely. Everyone's feeling FOMO. Yeah, exactly. We're all in the same boat here, guys. We're all in the same boat. We're all in the same boat. So let's recognize it together. We're all in the same boat here, guys. First one. If you took this one, yes, this was a great fake out buy, man. It's a fantastic fake out buy. A great trade. Personally, I would have absolutely held that trade. An exit for me on this trade would be, I guess, a break back below support. Exactly. That again, that's the whole, yeah, exactly, Jose. This is the whole point of doing this together, guys. Is, you know, I'm saying to you guys, yeah, I have a little bit of FOMO. You know, gold's had a great push. You know, from here, if I'd taken this if I bought here pre-London, because this is my exact plan, you know, I'd be up like over $1,000 in a day. I have FOMO too. But this is the good thing about doing these streams, guys, and being transparent and honest is we're in it together. We're not going to do anything stupid here. As much as you might want to get that urge, I promise you, if you trade up here, you force trades, you take terrible setups, I promise you when gold shapes up later on, which it very likely will, gold always does, you'll kick yourself for not staying patient here. Oh, I don't know about that much, but you know, this is where you trade when you know you shouldn't be trading. You come back pre-New York Open, and you get a perfect setup on gold. But that perfect setup just gets you back to break even. Why? Because you couldn't bear to not be in a trade up here when you really know you shouldn't be trading. So when I know I really shouldn't be trading up here, guess what I'm going to do? I'm not going to trade. And I'm going to wait for my perfect setup because I know when my setup comes later on, if it doesn't, who cares? But if it does, which it more than likely will, I will be able to take it with good execution and not trying to chase losses. Mental capital preservation is key, guys. But yeah, the Audi fake out, yes, was perfect. Yeah, it was perfect. Silver. Let's have a look. So silver, it has been grinding very nice and higher. Yeah, exactly. Without grabbing the highs, which is interesting. So let's these are all our levels from last week. Let's clean this up here on silver. Look at this. Silver came down, tagged lows. Where are we going to next? The highs. Look at this on silver as well. Remember, you guys who were here, you know, back at the middle of February, we were talking about silver to come up and liquidate this high here. Remember, from all the way when silver was back down here, we were talking about price come to here and here. Look at what we did. It played absolutely perfectly. So levels from February on silver got hit perfectly. Now, what could we see on silver? Well, this is a pretty decent fake out. Silver is probably looking nicer than gold, to be honest. You have support, you broke it, broke straight back above, held it, squeezed higher. What does this also look like? To me, this looks like a pretty decent left shoulder. There's your head, there's your right shoulder, inverse head and shoulders, there's your longs. So great buys from down here on silver. Now, if we're not already in buys on silver, what could we potentially see for the rest of the day? Well, the more we start rejecting from this high here, the more likely we are to squeeze it. So there is still liquidity sat on silver, around $98. Looks like a nice upside silver target. Let me get my low time frame silver chart up here as well, just to have a look. Nice, Ian, nice. Took both the hourly fake outs. Nice. That's a great trade, man. That's a great trade. 3 positions on that as well, Ian. That's a fantastic trade, man. Let me see if I can show you guys on YouTube. You guys can see this on YouTube. There's a trade that so this is the trade that we've been speaking about. This is what remember Ian took. So initial buy here, came down, grabbed belows, broke back above. Second buy here, another buy on the breakout. Did you hold all 3 of them trades, Ian, as well? You held this one and this one, this one. That was, yeah, nice. How many ticks you get, man? 1,590. Close the 30-minute doji. Incredible, man. Absolutely incredible. 1,500. Ian's done for the month already. You done for the month before we've even got him? He's like, all right, guys. See you guys in April. Amazing, man. Again, why? Because you have confidence and conviction in your trade, because you've seen this happen enough times. Amazing. Can't be done for the month. There's money to lose tomorrow. And great trades, man. Great trades. So yeah, silver, we do still have room to squeeze higher. We do still have room to squeeze higher. Again, if I want to be a buyer here on silver, where do I want to be a buyer? I want to be a buyer at the most recent level of a breakout, which was right back down at 95. So I could kind of say, okay, cool. Maybe if we come down and grab these 7 a.m. London lows and we hold 95, there might be a room to buy up into 98. So I would be looking for silver to do something like this. Again, will it do it here in London? We'll see. I don't think so. I think it'll probably take until maybe pre-New York. But regardless of when it happens, it's going to be a trade that if we do stay patient for it and it plays out, it's going to be a great move. So silver, I'm more than happy to wait for something like that. Would I short down into these levels? Other times, yes. Today, no. Just because we have been so bullish. But other times, I would say, you know, if we can do this before going higher, well, let's short it down. The reason I'm not going to short it down today is just because the fundamentals are massively saying otherwise. So I would be waiting for silver to come down, squeeze some lows and longs from 95 up into this previous high here, which is the current high of day, current high of week. Looks very nice. Do you think London Open is the most difficult time to trade? It can be. It can be. You know, I may start see if we can maybe do some jump on maybe like half an hour early pre-London. It can be, but it all depends on how Asia's and London's moved. You know, if Asia and pre-London had a big move, then yeah, London Open is gonna create some space. It's gonna be a little bit quieter. But if you know we haven't really done that much, then there's the potential for trades. Like here on when we took the trades, we took the longs last Monday. It gave us a great setup because we hadn't really done that much for the day, and we were below some nice support. So it's not that it's the most difficult time to trade, but it's the time that requires the most patience if Asia has had a big move, that's for sure. Yeah, if Asia's had a big move, London may range pre-New York. You may get some more volume. Do I think NQ will? What was that? What was that? Can we go long on NQ? I mean, hey, I'm not. I can't tell you what to do. I can't tell you what to do. Would I go long on NQ? Or is NQ pushing up or down right now? It's super simple. Are we going up or down on NQ right now? For me, we're going down. We gapped down. We pulled back and we just sold off what? 400 points. So could you go long? I guess technically you could. Would I go long? Absolutely not. Why? Because I'm not trying to call bottoms. I don't care to call bottoms tops because that's not what pays me over a long period of time. I'm not here to do what might get lucky once. I'm here to do what works over a long period of time. Does trying to catch lows here on NQ pay me over a long period of time? No. Well, there's my answer. Again, I got. If you want to buy NQ, you can. I can't say to you guys what to do and don't do. Just give my opinion of why I absolutely wouldn't. Longs on NQ, I look at this market, it wouldn't even cross my mind. You have to ask yourself, why are longs on NQ even crossing your mind? Well, the likelihood is the reason you're trying to go long on NQ is because you didn't get this move down. And you're probably trying to trade out of a bit of frustration and FOMO. So that's a good indication to not do very much. Yeah, exactly, Sean. So what, sell it then? What are you saying? Tell me, do I buy or sell? Which one is it? The answer is nothing right now. Right now. We got time. Why not? But true. True. And just share whichever one plays out. Where's the signals, man? But gold for the rest of the day, guys. What could we see on? I think silver's going to look nicer for the rest of the day. The reason I think silver's going to look nicer is because gold's coming back up into huge all-time high resistance. And I have to see how New York's going to open to see if, we do sell off and maybe fill in this gap or we keep pushing higher. I'm not really too sure. I'm not clear on what could happen for the rest of the day on gold yet. I don't know what's going to happen up here on gold. The reason I think silver's looking nicer is because there's nice upside targets on silver. Whereas gold, I don't really have any right now. Like I always say to you guys, if we ever jump on and we don't really know what's going to happen right now, that's absolutely okay. Why? Because we get times like this where we're very confident in what's going to happen and we maximize these days. Like if you maximize Friday based off the fact that we called these longs, I think I made like 3,500 on Friday buying this on gold, which we broke down for the whole entire London session. So these days I have clear targets, clear conviction for my trade. I'll take it all day long. Here, when I don't really know what's going to happen, sit on my hands. Sit on my hands and be patient. I know it might get annoying and it might get frustrating because you want to be in a trade, but you have to get rid of that desire. Have to get rid of that desire to want to always be in a trade. You have to trade a plan. If your plan tells you to trade right now, fantastic, trade. Me personally, my plan tells me to be patient. But if I had to give a say on what setup do I think looks the nicest today, I would say it's silver longs. Silver longs look good to me today. Yeah, I just seen a message on Discord, Sean. Yeah, good calls on when not to trade. Exactly, man. Yeah, silver was there. Silver was definitely nicer. Silver was definitely nicer, man. That's the key. Calls on when not. It's actually, when I also say, when to trade and when not to trade. You guys have to always remember, that's saving you money. That's saving you losses, saving you the mental capital. Because you only need to be right a couple of times a week to be making good money, good payouts. I took a decent amount of payouts last month as well on Topstep, considering I only really traded like maybe 2.5 weeks of the month. And that's not from taking multiple trades multiple times a day, every single day. Yeah, then you get banned though. Then you get banned. Then you're out for good. I took 3 payouts in February. For the year so far, I've had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 payouts from Topstep. I do have a video coming this week, posting and sharing my favorite setups for the month of February, as long as going through all the profits from personal and Topstep as well. So if you guys want to check that out, I'll post that. I'll post that on Wednesday. Let's have a look, guys. Gold, silver's still having a bit of a pullback, which is nice. Want to see these silver pullbacks. Remember, back down into 95 will be interesting. Will I just buy from 95 straight away? No, I want to see how we react at 95. I want to see some rejection, some support being formed, some potential morning stars. Which country? I'm still in Spain, man. I'm still in Spain. Which reminds me, I won't be here next week, guys. You guys on Zoom, Sean will be doing some streams. You guys on YouTube, I won't be here next week. It is my birthday. My birthday next week. So if you guys are stuck for me for presents, I do like the Porsche GT3 RS. I do also like Rolex as well. If you guys are wondering, what should we get Aaron? My birthday's my birthday's next Tuesday. So I'm send me the PayPal. Yeah, a gold bull chain. Now that I will take, yeah, a gold bull chain. Sent a Rolex. Sean, you say it's sending me phones, Rolexes, everything. It's never arrived, man. Yeah, Villa. Hey, a Villa in Spain will do. Nah, not good enough, man. Not good enough. Yeah, gold. I think I taste of a gold bull chain. That's how we'll rock up here the following week. But no, I will be away for next week. I'm going to Lapland for the week, so I won't be we won't be streaming next week. How to explain oil? Going to Lapland in Finland. Gotta go see the real Santa. Oh, do you reckon he'll still be there? I hope so. We were supposed to go in January. I'm not sure if he'll still be there. I hope so though. Visiting Helsinki. Yes, but only the airport. Unfortunately, our stop is in Helsinki, man. Yeah. Keep moving around. Yeah, I'm on the run, man. I'm always on the run. Thoughts on Netflix now? Man, Netflix had a huge push on Friday. Where are we at? Well, I mean, we'll see what happens today. Where are we? Where did Netflix close at? What, 96.24? Netflix pushed like almost 20% from where I got in, which was huge. Platinum. No, I've had a look at Platinum, but no, I've never really traded it. Think it upload. Yeah, definitely. I definitely will. Will. Nice. Yeah, he's taking the. He's off. He's off this time of the year. Damn. That was the only reason I was going, to see the real Santa Claus. What a disappointment. But yeah, we're flying to Lapland for the week. So you guys on Zoom. Sean will do a couple of other streams, and you guys on YouTube will be back the following week. But this week I'm here all week, guys. Here all week. I'm not going anywhere this week. It is my birthday on the 10th. On the 10th. Find it today really hard to find a trade? Yeah, me too. I don't see anything up here on gold or silver or NQ. But remember, you can't write off the whole day just because you don't see anything right now. It's only 8:27 London time. So beat his wife, no way. Nice. Nice. Gold teeth. Yeah, gold teeth and a gold chain. If we don't come back on stream on the 16th with gold teeth and a gold chain, then I'll be disappointed in myself. Yeah, risen by people, yeah. Yeah. We're staying at a nice, pretty nice resort. Went there for like 4 or 5 nights. We were supposed to go in January, but with the Spanish visa, we had to delay it to now. So we were supposed to go for my partner's birthday, but it got delayed. So coincidentally, we're going for mine. Yes, I will be on fast markets tomorrow. Actually, Tuesday for you guys. I'll be on fast markets on Tuesday. Yeah, we're staying. That's what we're saying, man. Yep, big lose. Yep. It looks pretty cool, man. We've got like a sauna on the side as well. It looks pretty cool. Have you been to Dominican Republic? No, never, man. Never. Is it good? I've never really looked into it. I don't even know whereabouts it is. Wow, it looks beautiful. Whereabouts is it? I feel like it's like near towards America, maybe more. Yeah. No, I've never been. Looks looks very nice though, man. I would love to explore that side of the world more. I really want to explore more of the US this year. Then you guys are in US, Canada. Canada's my next dream place I want to go to. I want to see more of that world. So maybe at some point we'll have to go over to the US and meet up some of the more of the Topstep guys. Do some streams over there. What time will it be? It'll be pretty late for the London streams, but we'll make it work. No, Sean won't be on YouTube, unfortunately. No, I just do the London shows here. Should we trade this week as there could be many unexpected news? Absolutely, you should still trade, man. Absolutely. Don't not trade because news. News is volume. News is what you want. Oh, wow. Is that right now, Sean? That's beautiful, man. That's beautiful, man. I got you, Sean. I got you. From Santa's Grotto, does he get FOMO? I'll ask him, and I'll ask him. When I sit down with him, I will ask him for you. So how do you eliminate FOMO? For this year, I want 0 trading emotions, please. Let me know if you come to San Diego. Yeah, I would love to. What does San Diego look like? I imagine it being beachy. San Diego. Let's have a look. Nice. Yeah, cool. It looks nice. Definitely. Would love to come for a visit. Honestly, I want to do like a big tour of the US. Go see all these places. Oh, that's cool. Nice. Hey, Palm Beach. That's where I used to live. Wait, did I see Palm Beach? Or just make that up. So I just saw Palm Beach in Australia. Look at that. Yeah, beautiful. So much to see. I really want to come do a big US trip. I got you, Carl. I got you. Silver's trying to look interesting, guys. Again, if we don't come all the way down to 95, how would I also trade silver? I would just look for a bit of an hourly morning style play, regardless of if it happens at 95, or if this hourly closes like this, then the next hour does something like this. Would I still take it from there at about 10 a.m.? Yes, I would. Yeah. Any sort of, liquidity gap, I would still look to take the trade. So we don't have to push all the way into 95. I'm just kind of looking for a bit of a morning style play, like this, pretty much. Anywhere around some lows. Tag lows, close bullish, and then we can look to take the trade. The good thing about having more of a reactive approach to the markets is there's no need to worry if we're going to come here, if we're going to come here, we're going to come here. All we wait for is these fake out trades or the morning star plays, and then we just take the trade. We let the market show us its hands, and then we trade. So there's no need to worry about where might we come down into. We let price pull back, show us reversal signs, and then we just follow it. Super simple. Super simple. Yeah, I am. I got dates booked in to come back, man. I got dates to come back. Yeah, Northern Territory would be awesome. We got dates fully locked in to come back, man, which is pretty cool. I'm excited, man. I'm excited. We'll be back in mid-August time. Mid-August time, which would be cool. Which at that point, maybe we'll try and jump on the London streams maybe a little bit earlier. Even just pre-London, because you keep getting these amazing moves here at pre-London. 30-minute here on gold did just close bullish, but remember, guys, the reason I'm not buying here on gold is just because you've already pushed so much today. It's like, yeah, you're very likely to squeeze previous hourly highs, but I'm not trying to take, I'm not really here to take the 60 ticks out of the markets when we've already moved like 600. I want the good quality setup. So the reason we're just hanging out here, guys, you can see on the 5-minute. I'm watching this on my other chart. We're just creating space. We're just ranging. We're in the exact same place we started when we jumped on the stream. We're just hanging out here this morning, guys. No FOMO, no emotions. We're just chilling. We're just chilling. We're just hanging out. We're hanging out here, guys. We got time this week. Remember, it's the first trading day of the month. We got time, guys. We got plenty of time. Plenty of time from Portland. Nice. Cool. let's have a look at Bitcoin as well. Bitcoin did end up having an initial sell-off with the news, but bounced straight back higher. So you had a decent oh, it's on my spot chart. You had a decent sell-off on Bitcoin, found some lows and got bought straight back up. Now, the thing is with oh, look at that, you create a perfect double top. Thing is, I am looking for more of a deeper pullback on Bitcoin, you know, back up into like 80,000. But my only concern with Bitcoin is we manipulate lower first, because that is what Bitcoin loves to do. You have some highs, you manipulate the highs, and then you sell off. You manipulate the highs, and then you sell off. Look here. You manipulate the highs, then you sell off. Same to the downside. You form support, you manipulate the lows, then you push up. Here, support, manipulate the lows, then you push up. So I am wondering if we do something very similar for more of a longer term long on Bitcoin. I'm anticipating something like this. Maybe retest 60 one more time, and then that's when you get the push. You sell off, everyone goes, oh, Bitcoin's crashing again, markets are crashing, blah, blah, blah. Anything below 60 and below the lows of the 6th of February would be an area where I would look to continue buying Bitcoin. So could you maybe get some intraday shorts on Bitcoin? How did we close last week? You're still closing below 70,000. You broke this intraday support. If you look to the left, it's a nice fake out level here as well. It's nice fake out level. Here you broke below on the weekly, broke straight back above. Nice support. Well, right now we're currently trading below that level. So I would see if you can roll Bitcoin off a little bit lower. The only thing is you did hold some previous week lows and you did hold 65,000. So for intraday opportunities, you may find support and pull back, but ideally overall I would want to keep shorting. I'd want to keep shorting. And then overall overall I want to be buying Bitcoin. So for intraday trading, you know, see if you can pull back and squeeze lower. But Bitcoin is coming into some very, very interesting longer term dollar cost average levels. I bought a minimal amount of Bitcoin. I would like to buy more below these lows. One more squeeze out of the markets. You know, one more panic sell could be a good buying opportunity. Just come down, manipulate the lows, push higher, manipulate lows, push higher, manipulate lows, push higher. That's what we absolutely love to do, which we haven't really done that yet. So I would be watching overall back down from the 2nd of February, which is, again, we did just have that monthly close. Look how bearish that monthly close is. You may even come much lower. That's a huge sell-off. That's again, you know, first trading day into the month. It's always good just to have a quick look at the monthly candle closures. What did we do here on Bitcoin? Again, that's why it's so nice in the higher time frame. Let's get rid of this tool. We get rid of this. So you have support. In January, you come up, you hit December's high and close bearish. So what does February do? Continue selling off. So for me, Bitcoin to come down and grab February's low is pretty much a given. Like, that looks like a pretty easy downside target. And then below these lows, you know, we'll see. But that is a very, 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 very bearish monthly candle close. Down like 28%. And when was the last time we saw Bitcoin sell off that much? I'd have to look on my spot chart, but not very often. How much did we short here? 27%. That's a... How much was the body here? Body here, 16. What do we have here? 22. So it's a very, very, very big sell-off. Quick look at NQ on the monthly time frame as well. NQ still just in this range. I wouldn't even be surprised if you see, you know, maybe NQ gets a bit of a sell-off early this month, and I wouldn't be too surprised to see NQ find some support. To me, looking at this monthly time frame on NQ, it looks like we want to come down, maybe liquidate some lows before then holding support, and you get longs into April, May. Just as a higher time frame outlook, and obviously we know gold is very, 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 very bullish. No bottom wick on this month. Look at that, no bottom wick. No top wick last month either. Interesting. What are we doing here, Goldie? We're just chopping around, guys. Just chopping around. Not really doing too much. But like I say, guys, we got time. Don't FOMO into trades. because that next trade is always right around the corner. Always right around the corner. But if I'm going to keep my eye on any market here today, it is very likely more so silver. You kind of see you got two liquidity levels. So if you can come down, manipulate some lows, fantastic. You does have some levels down here as well. So with that being said, YouTube guys, it's been a great session this morning. We've ran over a lot of key psychological points, which is great to catch up. The markets aren't really doing too much for London, guys, but remember, like I've been saying all morning, just because the markets aren't moving now doesn't mean we should write off the whole entire day. We have all of pre-New York, we got all of New York, and we have all week and all month as well. If you don't see anything on the markets right now, remember, that is absolutely okay. All it takes is one breakout for the markets to make much more sense. So for me, I don't see anything right now for gold. I'm not going to trade. I'm not going to react off the FOMO. I'm simply going to sit on my hands and wait for the next good quality setup. So not much to analyze on gold today, guys, but silver is still looking very interesting for the rest of the day. So keep an eye out on the silver levels, and we'll be right back again tomorrow. Good questions today, guys. I appreciate you taking the time to tune in, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.